Hey y'all, it's Lacey, the Catholic Icing Lady, and today I'm going to show you how to draw Saint Teresa of Avila, also known as Saint Teresa of Jesus. We're going to start with a line that goes across the top of her head, and I'm going to tilt it to the side just a little bit. Just like that. Then we're going to make a U shape, a big curvy shape for her face, connecting to the bottom. Like that. Okay, now I'm going to start near the bottom of her head and make a circle around. This is part of her veil that she wore on her head because she was a nun. Now 2 lines for her neck and connect it like that. A little curvy line for her eyes and a bigger curvy line for her smiling mouth. 2 little lines like that for eyelashes. And just a little bit of hair peeking out from under her veil. Okay, now we're going to start adding in her arms. And her hands. Now, because she spent a lot of time writing books, we're going to draw her with a feather and a book, because back then they wrote with quills or feathers. So that's going to symbolize how she wrote her book. And I put her book in this other arm and the little pages. Okay, then we're going to make her like robes coming down from the middle, like an upside down V. And that's her robe coming down over her arms like that. Then we're going to go ahead and make her robes that come all the way down like a dress. So this part of her robe comes all the way down. And I'm going to give it a curve at the bottom. Then I'm going to draw in her shoulder and bring the robe all the way down and connect it. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, she gets 2 little feet, which I'm going to point slightly outward. And I think we're ready to draw on her veil now. So we can come down kind of long and then go behind her. And on the other side, the same thing. Then because she's a saint, we're going to put a halo around her head. The saints always have halos. There you have it. Now you are ready to color her. I'm going to color her the colors that she actually would have worn in her Carmelite order because she was a Carmelite nun. So all the nuns wear different kinds of robes, like different colors and things like that. So I'm going to color her in the colors of clothes she actually would have worn. So I'm going to start with the long veil that goes all the way around her head. And that would have been black. So I'm taking my black marker I'm just going to carefully color that part in. Saint Teresa of Avila joined the Carmelite convent when she was pretty young. She was very devoted to Jesus and Mary from a very young age. After she became a nun, she got very sick for about 3 years. So she is the patroness of religious and also of sick people. So this outer robe here is kind of a cream or a tan or a light brown color. So I'm coloring that in. And then even though that little piece of her neck looks like neck, I didn't color it with skin color because it's actually her white of her veil that goes all the way around her head. I just colored inside of there a slightly darker color brown to just kind of make it look like shadowed. But now her actual robe, like the dress part that she wears, that's a dark brown, like a chocolate brown. So I'm going to come in and color that. So at the beginning of this video, I told you she was also known as Saint Teresa of Jesus, and now I'm going to tell you why. She had a huge devotion to the child Jesus, like the infant Jesus, and one day when she was in her convent, she was coming down the stairs and she saw a beautiful child, a young child that appeared before her. And the child said, "Who are you?" And she said, "I'm Teresa of Jesus. Who are you?" And the child said, "I am Jesus of Teresa." Then the child vanished. Since then, Teresa had a huge devotion to the infant Jesus, and everywhere she went, when she would go to other Carmelite orders, she would take a statue of the infant Jesus with her, like bringing around a baby doll or something. She just loved him and was so devoted to him, she just took him everywhere with her. Now I'm going to color in her halo. Then I'm going to take some of my other markers that are a little bit darker and go around the edges to just give her a little bit of shading. Saint Teresa had many visions of Jesus through her life. Some of them, he was a grown man, and in some of them, he was the child or the infant Jesus. But I think her devotion to the child Jesus is especially absolutely adorable. I love the pictures of her with baby Jesus. So some of y'all have had some requests for some Catholic how to draws that I do every Friday, and I have heard you. I've had multiple requests now for more how to draw the saints. So here you go. You got a saint today, and you know what? Next Friday, you're going to get another saint. That's a surprise, so be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss that. God bless.